So like in terms of being an artist in the music industry today, whether you be a hip hop artist or a pop artist or anything like that, like what does it mean to be a sellout? Like what does it truly mean to sell your soul? Well, first of all, we need to understand that you can literally sell your soul. You know what I'm saying? Now, how you may picture it in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Like you taking something and you selling it and you actually putting it in the possession of somebody else. Don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Look at it from a more refined perception as opposed to that dense perception. Like when you sell your soul, for instance, when you sign a contract in the music industry, you basically sign over all your rights to your music, and on top of that, you agree for the next 5, 10, even 15 years, you know what I'm saying, not to make anything outside of what you're making up under these people who you actually working up under or who actually own you. Basically meaning that they tell you what you can do and what you can't do. And if you was to go out there and make some music on your own and try to make money off of it, they could sue your ass. Now, that's selling your soul, because at that point, you can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got no control over your greatest gift, or the greatest thing you have to offer to the world. You no longer have control over it. Now we all know that when it comes to creating or being an artist or creating anything, that's actually the soul at work. So if somebody is basically telling you what you can or can't create, you know what I'm saying, and put you in a box to where you can't escape. You can't do nothing. That's selling your soul. Like when these people, you know what I'm saying, put money in front of you and tell you that you may have to do things that you don't necessarily agree with, but you just do it for the money, no matter who you hurting, you know what I'm saying, no matter, you know what I'm saying, what type of troubles may befall the people who are being affected by whatever it is you doing, whatever type of music you putting out there, or whatever type of actions you taking, you know what I'm saying, that's selling out. So today's, you know what I'm saying, music industry is full of sellouts. You know what I'm saying, people who done sold they soul. But like I said, you can get it back, because, and I'm gonna tell you how simple it is to get it back. Becoming sovereign spiritually, understanding that, you know what I'm saying, you are the only person who can ever have and ever will have control over your own reality. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really means to become a sovereign spiritually, to know that, first of all, you are God. Second of all is self. And third, no one has any control over what happens to you in your life. You know what I'm saying? Once you accept that and embrace that and start to act accordingly, you know what I'm saying, then you can start saying like, hey, I'm a sovereign. I am the king of my own kingdom. I'm the one who sits on this throne. And this throne is this vehicle that sits on top of these 2 feet. This is my kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody come in here and tell me what's gonna happen in my kingdom. You know what I'm saying? What can't happen in my kingdom and how things are gonna function within my kingdom. But in order to do that, you first have to get control over your kingdom. And most of us, to be honest, don't have control over our own kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? That's why we in situations to where we gotta depend on another motherfucker for our food. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because if they decide to close the doors today, any grocery store within your neighborhood, you basically fucked, no matter how much money you got. So we depend on other people for our food, for our energy, in terms of our lights, heat, and gas. We depend on others for, you know what I'm saying, our income. You know what I'm saying? Because if, 90% of the people on this planet, if the company that they work for just decided all of a sudden to, hey, I'm finna close down, I'm finna liquidate everything, you have no income. So a sovereign is one who basically doesn't depend on anything outside of itself for anything. You know what I'm saying? A sovereign is his or her own resource for all things. You know what I'm saying? But that's being a sovereign on the physical plane. You first have to learn to become a sovereign spiritually. And that's, you know what I'm saying, basically getting control over your own mind, over your own vehicle, thinking for yourself. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know, this is what it means to actually get your soul back after selling your soul, because legally speaking, there's a remedy to everything. Even though you signed those contracts or whatever, and you may be, you know, up under the contract saying to where you can't do so-and-so for the next 10 years, it's a way out of that. Believe it or not, it's a way out of that. But we so lazy, you know what I'm saying, and we so, you know what I'm saying, preoccupied with things that don't matter, you know what I'm saying. I guess it's too much trouble for us to go and study for ourselves and really understand the law, what's really going on, what the language of the law is really saying. You understand what I mean? So you can't get your soul back. And one of my missions, you know what I'm saying, is to help, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people within the music industry and within life period to get their souls back, because, you know what I'm saying, selling out and selling your soul isn't just a phenomenon that lies within the music industry alone. You know what I'm saying? You find it all over the place. All over the place. You know what I'm saying? People are selling out. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time people are selling out at the expense of others. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, in order for you to get what you want, and for you to be cool, somebody else got to be hurt. And the way this universe works, it doesn't have to be like that. Nobody has to get harmed or hurt or suffer in any kind of way in order for you to have what you want, which is your birthright to abundance. Everything, you know what I'm saying, is abundantly free on this planetary system. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know that. We don't understand that. We don't even understand what that even means. You know what I'm saying? How can there be no lack? How can there be, you know what I'm saying, everything be abundantly free? You know what I'm saying? We've been programmed since the cradle to believe that, you know what I'm saying, things are scarce. You know what I'm saying? That somehow there's a limit to, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That is not true. I'm coming into this music industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing the game. And even though I love music, for me, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing is not really going to be about the music itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the music industry is just a platform or a medium for me to communicate truth to the masses. You know what I'm saying? We all know that music is one of the, you know what I'm saying, strongest ways to communicate to a person's soul. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bypass all these mental programs and constructs that lay at the front gate of people's consciousness. I'm trying to bypass that and go straight to the subconscious, meaning I'm going straight to the soul with the message. And music, you know what I'm saying, like I said, just happens to be, if you ask me, the number one way to do that. So just go ahead, man. Just think about that. Think about, you know what I'm saying, the next time you accept something, you know what I'm saying, at the expense of others. You know, you don't have to sell out. You know what I'm saying? You have all the power you need to create any reality you want to create. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? You are a God in the flesh who came here to have a human experience. You know what I'm saying? You are not a human. You are not the body. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just want to say stay natural. I am the natural lawyer. I got music coming soon. I ain't going to release it until I have a couple legalities set in place, because the shit is so hot to the point to where I knew I just, you know what I'm saying, just couldn't just take it and just put it out there, because anybody can run off with that. You know what I'm saying? We all know a lot of big artists in this industry love to do that, love to hear, you know what I'm saying, some underground person or just some guy, you know what I'm saying, who hot, who doesn't really have any recognition, take his stuff and go around with it, and that person doesn't get paid at all. So I just want to make sure I got all my legalities straight before I start releasing music. And you know, and there's a whole bunch of other things that when you do, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to do it professionally, you want to have these things set in place. So that's what I'm working on now, really trying to learn the business. The music part, the side of it for me is the easy part. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn the business side of it, you know what I'm saying, and just try to come off as professional as I can, because at the end of the day, I'm not looking for a deal per se. I'm just looking for investors.